Hugo Kupka's personal guard. On Kupka's orders, they ruthlessly gutted and destroyed Sid's original hideaway. Vengeance for the brutal beheading of Benedicta Harmon. See, we didn't do that, though, and nor did Sid. But Kupka's thirst for revenge is not yet slaked, and it is with reckless abandon that he employs his minions to commit atrocities across the realm in a bid to drive Sid from hiding. Yeah, I think it basically starts here. It is ruled by Barnabas Tharmer, dominant of Odin and warden of darkness, who has long harbored ambitions of extending his reach into the neighboring continent of Storm. Somewhat surprisingly, the Sandriqua Empire's incursion into the Crystalline Dominion prompted no immediate response from the king, who appears to be biding time and considering his next move. There's still more ley land. I assume it's going to be all about the kingdoms. I did read this one because I know about Drake's Tale. I'm pretty sure. Yes. A once independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Its capital, Twinside, is built on the tiny Isle of Ark, from which its mother crystal, Drake's Tail, arises. After Drake's head was destroyed in 873, the Holy Empire of Sandbreck declared Twinside its new capital in defiance of the long-standing non-aggression treaty. While controversial, the move carried out by the Prince Dion and his Knights Dragoon proceeded mostly unopposed, largely due to the Dominion's lack of a dominant of its own, which to intimidate the interlopers. I wonder who their dominant might have been if they had one. A pact which was codified the agreement between nations to refrain from invading the Crystalline Dominion and laying claim to its mother crystal, Drake's Tail. It both cemented the Dominion's position at the center of world politics and placed checks on the ability of key players to exploit that position. So it was definitely the Switzerland of this game, and it got violated, which real Switzerland hasn't had to deal with yet. So now we just have persons of interest, but I mean, now granted we have a lot of persons of interest, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that next time.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Cause yeah, we'll play for a bit. We'll get actual gameplay going before we read more, and we will read more. I promise.
Not back a blink, and you're already off solving everyone's problems.
Yep, sounds like
Looks
Clive.
good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it.
Oh, he got rid of his brand. Oh, he did.
To be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work.
Ooh,
Before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav.
that could have been fun.
Left it on your desk.
Not a Stolas. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
Yeah, that couldn't have been fun. So I guess they cut it out. Yeah.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
A new missive has been brought.
I hear a new ship.
New missive, huh? Be here? State of the realm? Do I check that out first? I kind of want to. I mean, I don't think it really matters, but I kind of want to do that before I do the mission. Before I do the actual story. So that should be just up here, I believe, yeah. Up here, straight, and slightly to the right.
And how may I assist you today?
Alright, that's right. I've never actually talked with her. Tell me about the Crystalline Dominion.
My beloved homeland.
The crossroads of Alestia, where one only has to stroll the streets to hear news from every far-flung corner of the realm. Its mother crystal yields more shards than any other, and its lands even now remain untouched by the blight. It is a blessed country indeed.
Or at least it was.
Until Sandbreck elected to invade and establish a new holy capital upon Twinside's heretofore neutral shores. It pains me to see the land I loved so changed, and even more to know that I did not predict it. I knew that Emperor Sylvester had designs on the Dominion, but to abandon Oriflamme, the seat of the Holy Empire since its inception, seemed too audacious to a move even for him. Yeah, tell me about when you came to the hideaway.
I admit.
When I took up my professor's bonnet and began teaching at the University of Canver, I did not think for a moment that it would one day count Sid the Outlaw among my pupils. But nor did I imagine that my fellow educators would have designs on my life. And we both know how that ended. Has it been a year already? Such is the peril of an overly inquisitive mind, I suppose. One is wont to uncover that which others would go to great lengths to ensure remained hidden. Were it not for you and our mutual friend having come to my rescue, my curiosity would likely have proved fatal. But instead I was not only saved, but granted a new lease of life, as personal tutor to a band of outlaws, no less.
A far more reputable fellowship.
Than anything in the academic world, I assure you. A weird line to voice, but sure.
One would think.
My role was abundantly clear by now. I offer you and yours the guiding light of knowledge, that of matters military and political, both past and present, that it might illuminate your way ahead. For it is only by understanding that has come before that one might steer one's way towards a brighter future. Your role, meanwhile, is to ensure that I remain furnished with as much information on the state of the realm as your people can muster, in order that I might continue to appraise the dispositions of the great nations and those who rule them. And of course, to pay attention during my lectures. It would not do to appoint the storied Ninetales as your tutor, only to disregard her expert advice. Okay, tell me about the state of the realm. Let's see it.
To educate you.
By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway's map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about current goings-on in Valisthea. Revisit any of the Ninetales' past lessons or take a deeper look at the relationship of those individuals in Clive's orbit. Alright, there's a lot more to this game now. Tell me about past lessons, I'm curious.
Yes, perhaps a little revision might.
Okay, so this is the thing that it showed me earlier. Man, even now it's still showing me new stuff.
Of course.
The Grand Cast. Here you can view detailed visualization of character relationships in Final Fantasy XVI. That updates as you progress through the main scenario. Use L1 and R1 to cycle through pivotal milestones in Clive's adventure. Oh, and you can even just go straight to their profile? Oh, okay. I opened it. I may as well read it just in case, right? See, I don't know which ones of these I would have read, actually. I know I read this one. I'm pretty sure I read this one. This one I'm not too sure, so we'll read this one. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve her Phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with a force she judged the mightier, the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. It was Annabella's treachery that led to the disaster at Phoenix Gate. Former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve her Phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter a league with a force she judged the mightier. Now she rules over Azaria as vicereine of the Imperial Province, which she rules with a cruelty and contempt for the baseborn that was unknown in Archduke Man, I feel like I can't read sometimes. That was unknown in Archduke Arwen's day. So the Phoenix related to Clive. So Azaria marches. This is where we're on in the initial bit. Friends to Clive, brother to Clive, friend, family, friend, beloved dead, ugh. Deceased. Don't know about what happened to Ambrosia. I assume we'll find Ambrosia at some point. Man, look at this. Main protagonists. The Holy Empire of Sanbreque, Imperial Province of Rosaria, Kingdom of Waloed. Man, look at all this. The Hideaway. It's just really well done. So enemy, friends, dominant of Shiva, Deserter. She was dominant. Deceased. I was looking at her when I said deceased. Man, see, this is really cool. See, this is the kind of thing I find really fascinating, actually. Because it really shows how, like, how much they kind of thought about this, you know? Gives clothes. I never thought about that. And best friends, hell yeah. Yeah, they really thought about all of this. Enemies to Sid. Rejects mysterious being, steals away. Dominant of Phoenix. Sid the Second. Yeah, it's a lot of interconnecting like stuff. It actually is really interesting. Current and past Valisthian affairs.
Here you are.
If you detailed an overview of current and past events relevant to Clive's story that updates as he progresses through the main scenario. Rosaria marches. The Ducal Army. Following Clive. Phoenix Gate. See, like, it's this stuff that I find really cool. Like, I don't know. I know it's just a lot of, like, stuff that I'm sure a lot of people don't really care about. But I do kind of like seeing this stuff in a bit more detail, right? Like, for example, like, Clive went from here to Phoenix Gate. The army marched along this period to conduct the ancestral rite of communion. And then it's like, okay, yeah, then they got attacked by the Emperor of Sanbreque, invaded, and then moved on to the capital. Oh, no, moved on to the Phoenix Gate where the Night of Flames happened, right? Like, I don't know, it's just cool stuff. And then in that, they just kind of moved through here and took it over. We had the terrorization of Rosaria and the Boiling Crusade, apparently. The Bastards. Then you had the Battle of Nysa here between these two. Then Clive moved through there. Meanwhile, you had the Royal Intelligencers like going through here. I don't know what this is, just the Great Wood. Yeah, like it's just a lot of stuff. It's a lot of cool information that you kind of get. Then you have the Imperial Army. And that's when Clive went here. Is that the Imperial Army? The Massacre of Eastpool, yeah, it's when they went to Eastpool and like massacred it. And then the fall of Drake's Head. And then meanwhile, we're after doing that, they moved to destroy the Hideaway. And then Clive came back. And then it's like, yo, we're going here now. And now we have this. Now we have the Pursuit of Sid in Constance, which Clive went to. They went there, and then, you know, that's where we're currently. You see, it's all cool stuff, right? It's a lot of information. But I like it. I like this kind of information, you know? To me, it's really cool.
Very good.
Like, is it stuff I would go to constantly on stream? I mean, probably not. I would probably do it off stream if I wanted to just like look and read all of it. Like I would. I'd look at all that in more detail because I don't know, I just think it's really cool. I think it's really neat. It really shows how much effort was put into it. You know, how much thought was put into it.
Once the hall's swept, it's over to the tavern.
It's almost like reading through like actual history as well, which is really cool. The reading table. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading disk upon returning to the hideaway. All right. Tell me about the Republic's play. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return, Gav. All right.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
True.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid.
Exactly.
Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
It could be true. She might have a point.
Every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
That is true.
He did. He was there.
He's kept the
wasn't
feather
an
this whole
illusion.
time.
I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
You still should have just used the Phoenix Down on Sid, to be honest.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
To Sid. Oh, meanwhile, the Northern Territories, huh? His outfit looks nice.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace.
Wow.
But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
No. No, I assume by the end everything is going to be fine, Joshua. Don't worry.
A moment, if you... my apologies. I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Time to go kick some ass. Potentially.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
It is hers, after all.
If something has happened to Martha, we need to speak with Otto.
So he's gonna be in the mess, is he? So that would be this way. See, I'm remembering now. I'm starting to get the layout of the land. Oh.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive.
That is very unlike her.
Not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder.
Kitty says I have to go cook dinner now. See you later and have fun, friend. Thank you for watching, Kitty. You take care. Go enjoy your dinner.
Into the hands of the Empire.
And we'll catch you later, friendo.
We could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
New quests available nearby. Ooh, I like that. Oh, there's also that updated. Hey, Jill.
Martha is a survivor. We'll find her.
Ah, my favorite pupil. Allow me to educate
What's changed? This is the situation map.
Study it well, Clive.
The world at war. Huh?
Thus ends today's lesson.
So what is the quest then? Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Well, down there, I should say. All right, ferryman. What is it that you wish? Is his name Orbulus?
Blighted bilge.
Obelus. I was close.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tet does our lemon tarts.
Ted really likes his lemon tarts.
Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Unless, of course, someone finds you some pitch.
Of course, Obelus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching
That
the
looked like a
mainland.
new type of currency.
Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that.
I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative.
And what would that be?
And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
I mean, it does. Alright, time to prioritize this bad boy. Alright, so we're leaving then. Alright, let's go. Yeah, so we're not so much in the middle anymore. Now we're slightly off to the side. So we need to go there, but we need to go here 2 and 3 reads. Do we have any other quests that we might be able to do? It seems not. Yeah, it seems not. Yeah, look at that. It's not looking so good anymore. Oh, we should go to everywhere, dude. We should go to all of these places and see what's changed in 5 years. Probably should. Maybe probably should for fun. I think for fun. We'll deal with the quest first, though, because I'm curious about that reward that we got. Because, like I said, it looks like a different type of currency. 3 reads. Have we been here before? Yeah, we were. Oh, we need to go. Oh, this is literally going to Martha's Rest, huh? I didn't think it would let me do that. I'm okay with it, though.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
All right. Ignition.
Farewell. It's over.
It's over. Rest in peace, Thorny Thistle. Yeah, let's do this. Easy finish. I didn't even think we got hit. Pitcher wax. Okay, decent stuff.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Now we could go to Martha's Rest, but I would much rather not do that. And instead go back, finish this quest, and then we'll just have a look around. But we'll go from here, we'll go from this-ish area, and we'll just kind of move downwards. It's like, what's over here again? That's the Orbital Downs. Caer Norvent. Yeah, East Pool. Yeah, we could go back to East Pool. The Dim. What's the Dim again? Oh, yeah, it's like, yeah, I know what that is now. Okay, yeah, I remember. I mean, it has been 5 years, and a good test of how much detail they put into the game will be to see how much has changed within 5 years. Because realistically, a fair few should have changed, right? A fair few things should have changed. Doesn't have to be a lot, but say if East Pool is rebuilt or even fallen more into ruin, that would be a good indicator, right?
Welcome back, Sid.
Well, did you find me some wax?
I did. I found 5.
Find is one way of putting it.
A sticky substance found in the pitcher of a carnivorous plant which thrives in the Rosarian lowlands. There you go, my dude. Got your wax.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind.
Of course, it's called the Argo.
Above the waves.
Argo. So your boat has a name. I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
So that's why his boat matters so much to him too. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Quest complete. See, we got the little like green star currency, a badge of might +1. Oh, that seems pretty good. Oh, it seems pretty good. Do I want that though? I don't know. It's really good, but I don't know. Oh, what's that new currency? Ah, it's not gonna tell me for a little bit, is it? It's not gonna tell me until I do some more quests, I bet. Then it'll be like, oh, you can spend that to upgrade the hideaway or something like that. Then I'll be like, oh yeah, I want to do that. Then I'll play the game and just like grind everything up and unlock everything I need to. So the Dragon Airy, I don't think it's really changed much from what I can tell. Eastwatch. Northreach, the Vale. The Moor. Unnamed Chapel. Clairview. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what Northreach is like. Yeah, so we'll just like go along through here, I guess. I guess we probably don't really need to go there, but we might anyway. I don't suspect there's much reason to just walk through here. Because I'm going to say at a glance, I don't think this really looks all that different. However, Northreach should have changed. If anything's changed, it should be Northreach. I mean, so far it looks the same. So far.
Welcome, welcome.
Just at a glance, though. Elixir. Instantly restores all HP, really. That's a lot of money, though. I'm not going to spend that much gil.
Them pilchards nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
So far.
The granaries are almost empty. If you're looking to partake in the Meadow's bounty, now might be your last chance.
You'll not find a bruise.
Oh, actually, is it? Oh, no, actually, it is changed.
Come and get them before they're gone.
At first, it looked similar. It looked the same, but now, looking at it, you can actually see a difference. Yeah, a lot of the stalls have closed up. See, now that's what I'm talking about, right? See, that's what I'm talking about. Because, yeah, there used to be, like, a dude here, and there used to be, like, a dude there, and there used to be, like, a dude over here. This is full of people just selling things.
Slavers don't even bother with Northreach now that all the highborn have fled south.
No, that's true. I guess this would have been the slave market. You still have some people selling stuff, but...
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread.
But yeah, it's definitely not as much. Still have a lady selling carpets, though. Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, so that's good. That's a good sign. That's really good for the game.
Citizens are free to come and go as they please. Checkpoints open to all. You'll find little beyond Northreach, though. When the throne moved south, most with any sense followed.
Then even here, before it was like really hard to get in, I believe. But now it's like, oh, it's open.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again tonight. But the captain's late with our pay.
It's all right. I'll be waiting.
Over here, this still looks pretty much the same. But there might not be as many people here.
Time was there were great
coin sacks
Yeah.
swung from every belt in town. Not anymore. Since the capital moved, they're all shriveled to the size of peas.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc?
Still no caravan from the Dominion's perfumeries yet, then?
You have like 3 things there. Oh, you're Isabel.
It's been too long.
Yeah, tell me about everything that's happened.
Not everyone left the capital.
When the Emperor ordered his throne carted off to the Dominion, but enough departed to change the Empire for good. Had Drake's had remained, fewer may have followed, but without a mother crystal, Oriflamme could no longer sustain the industry upon which her citizens depended. The nobles were all but forced to shutter their manufactories, forcing the markets to close in turn for lack of custom.
A few short moons.
Oriflamme and Northreach went from being the crown of the empire and the ermine around its neck to a veritable ball and chain. And now, many of us have begun to wonder why we're still here.
The Veil does what it can.
But our patrons' hearts are heavy, and many are quick to anger. Occasionally, and most vexingly, at the expense of my poor girls. Yeah, I assume the girls here probably don't get nearly as much money anymore.
Before there was a Northreach.
There was the wall, a line of defense shielding the capital and her farmsteads from anyone foolish enough to try and claim them.
But
as a wise man once said, a wall is only as strong as those who stand atop it. And so the Empire attached the garrison to the gate, a garrison replete with vigorous young soldiers, pockets bulging with gil. Of course, there are a few things that set a merchant's eye to sparkling than a man who doesn't know if he's going to live out the week. And so bakers and bards, tinkers and tailors gathered from afar and wide to lighten the purses of our loyal pikemen. Everything that was once worth guarding has either been packed off to the south or lost to the floods, leaving our brave boys to languish in idleness, defenders of naught. Tell me about yourself.
Have changed.
But her people remain the same, ever driven by their appetites, many of which we here at the Vale are happy to sate. And if during that satiation they should prove inclined to unburden themselves of certain confidentialities, well, we certainly cannot stop them, just as they cannot stop us from sharing that information with our most intimate companions.
I will admit.
I did worry that the Imperial Court's decampment to the Dominion might be bad for business, but as it happens, what custom we lost in nobles and diplomats we gained in bored soldiers, and there are no lips looser than those of a bored soldier.
I fancy yours, meanwhile.
Might be a little too tight. Perhaps one of my girls could help you with that.
Do stay out of trouble.
Okay, so we didn't screw them over too bad. We still screwed them over a bit, but nowhere near as bad as what could have been. I do like, though, that they are kind of showing both sides of what's been going on. Right?
You want a spot on the Dominion walls? You'll need to do better than that.
How, like, yeah, we did end up hurting, like, bad people pretty badly and making it so they lost something important to them. But through doing that, a ripple effect occurred, and we did end up hurting a fair few innocent people as well. It's not just black and white stuff, you know, which I like. I always did like the element of gray in morality.
Not many travellers heading north these days. What with the fields barren and the penitent's gate closed.
Oops. Yeah, while we're here, too, we should visit the church. I'd be curious. The unnamed chapel, I believe, is what it was. It's the West Watch. See, it's this thing over here that we still... that can't do anything with. At least I don't think we can yet.
The leaves are black with rot, the stalks weak, and the heads nigh empty.
I was gonna say, you can even see like in the area that it's not as fertile or big as it once was. Because like I'm pretty sure this could just be my mind like misremembering or remembering differently, but I remember you came here and the stalks looked a lot bigger, or at least it seemed like there's a lot more color to them. But now it looks like it definitely has, yeah, gone down. There's not as much here. Which is really interesting. Once again, it shows a lot of good detail. A lot of really good detail. And a lot of love and care that they put into this. Because yeah, like even the cart that was here is gone. They could have just left that there. I wouldn't have even had a problem with that. Oops.
If you're looking for a meal and a bed, I suggest you continue up the road to Northreach. You'll find little here but dust and despair, and certainly none of the bounty these parts once offered.
20 years we served that man, and this is the thanks we get.
Yeah, this doesn't seem anywhere near as prosperous either. Like even the water flow that was going through here is, well, not happening anymore. See, this is what I like.
When the crystal cracked, so did the preacher. Stopped giving sermons. And then one day he was just gone.
So the preacher disappeared. I don't know if it's meant to imply that he came with us to the hideaway. I don't remember his name or if he had one. So I don't know if I saw him in the hideaway or not, but just the idea that he just up and left after the crystal collapsed isn't a good sign. Can't go in either. I'm pretty sure we could before. I could be thinking of it. No, I think I'm thinking of a different, I think I'm thinking of a different church that you could go into. I thought it was here. The one where you learn that using Aether causes petrification. That may not have been here. I thought it was. Yeah, so let's walk along here since we never actually did go this way. Nah, we can just slaughter. Yeah, easy. Yeah, how easily can we slaughter these chocobo? I mean, at the very least, that does slaughter one really quickly. I guess Judgment Bolt is a single target. Nah, not bad, not bad. Now, was there ever anything over here? Could I even go into the city? I don't think I would have been able to before. Maybe I would have been able to. I don't think it would have let me.
Traveler, the penitent's gate remains closed by order of the Imperial throne.
We watch over a corpse that does not yet know it's dead. The least we can do is see it is not defiled any further.
right, then. Yeah, see, very sad stuff. Then we have Lost Wing itself, which I don't think will be that much different. I don't imagine Lost Wing would change, but it would probably change a little bit.
Good day to you.
But when can I go on a special errand for Master Quinton?
Worthless. It's not just the crystals.
So just even looking around here, I think it is a little bit like different in this area. Like I want to say there's something different about like just how this whole place kind of looks, but I can't quite put my finger on it. So I could just be a little crazy.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine.
If you ever need a room, Sid, just say the word. I'll have a bed made up while you eat. And that goes for your friends too.
And we had to dig a new cellar to store all the unsold barrels.
If too many barrels is your problem,
get it, boy.
Lend a hand.
It does look like we can go through the cellar passage now. I don't think we could before. So to get there, we need to go up this way. At least I don't think we could go through the cellar passage before. I think it was blocked off. Yeah, this was all blocked off. Okay, we'll go down that way. I just want to see what if there's anything different down here too.
Those 3 barrels round the front.
Or is it this passage? Oh, it's this passage. No, this is the one that's different, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, anyway. Yeah, it is here. So why is this suddenly unblocked now? Is there something down here for me? Is there a reward for an explorer such as me? Perhaps. I can't say I'm seeing anything yet. There is. What's this? I mean, that's not bad. I mean, that's money right there. Is that all? I guess that's all. Okay, well, I mean, it's a reward, so I can't really complain now, can I? I can't be like, oh, is there a reward here for any, someone that like explores everywhere, and just be like, oh yeah, but it's not good enough, right? And like, nah, it's good enough. So I do wonder what this is all about. The Hands of Mimas. I'm curious about the bales. I want to see if the bales look any different. Because they might. Because it's all about having like fertile soil. It might actually look a little different. It might not look that much different. But I think it does a little. Once again, it could just be my mind like playing tricks on me because I'm trying to spot a difference. So I'm looking at it and going like, oh yeah, there is, but I don't know. Like, to me, these don't look as fertile. Like on these ones, for example. These ones don't look anywhere near as good as they used to, I think. So I think there is a difference, even if it is kind of subtle. Which, very well done, if so, right? So 3 reads. So through 3 reads, we can explore everywhere else. We'll have a look at Eastpool. We'll check out Eastpool specifically. Just because I know that if there's a difference, that would be a good spot to check. Yeah. Yeah, there's like bandits and stuff here now. See what I mean? See what I mean? They thought about it. They thought about it. Like, it is clearly a bit more dilapidated. It's much more gloomy. There's nobody else here except for footpads. So now this has become a bit of a place for bandits to just kind of hang out. And even the windmill stopped, right?
Damn bandits. You'll regret coming here.
Oh, I missed. Oh, you think you can use magic on me, my dude? Here, let me show you true magic, shall we? And unleash. Not bad. Not bad. But yeah, so I was the most excited about seeing Eastpool. Right? Because if any spot in the game is going to change, it's going to be here. And they did a good job. In fact, I'd say they did a really good job. Posture check and hydrate. Thank you very much, Bess. I could actually use that. We'll even do a nice big old stretch. I was going to make dinner even though I haven't been active. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you go and you make your dinner, my friendo. And thank you for letting me know. Yeah, no, so this is good. This is good. This is really good. See, this is what I was, you know, you don't see it like a ton or as much in games anymore, but you still kind of see it where they'll have like a time skip and it's like, oh, so many years pass. And then you just kind of go back to the area and it looks essentially the same, right? It's like, well, has time truly passed? You know, like, I don't know, it looks the same to me. But you have some games like Final Fantasy 16 where they do think about it. They're like, okay, if a player goes to Eastpool, like, it's probably going to be part of a quest or something if there's bandits here. But it's like, well, if a player goes to Eastpool, you know, like, how would this place have changed? See, that's a good combo. Okay, well, that's a bit of a shame. Now I assume I can go to the dim. We got lead health. Look at that. Didn't even do that on purpose. So we can go to the dim. I don't really think there's much need to Because if I do, it would just be going here, and I don't think I can do anything there yet. I assume it's going to be part of some kind of story. Now I guess we should go to Martha's Rest, though, shouldn't we? Now, do we travel from 3 Reeds? Or do we just go straight to Martha's Rest? We'll travel from 3 Reeds. We'll do a bit of traveling. Get into some trouble, level up here and there. It is much more gloomy, though. It's kind of funny as well because the music still makes sense. Like I'll tell you what I mean when we get out of this. Like when I say the music still makes sense. Like before when we came here, it was bright and happy, and the music had this very like nostalgia kind of feeling to it, where it's like, man, look at how amazing it is to be going back to Rosaria after all these years. But now the music fits the environment still, because now it's interesting. It's kind of sad in its own way. Is there any reason I'd want to go over here? I mean, we'll just take care of these bees, I guess. Take care of them really quick. End lives. End bee lives. Yeah, I don't know if it's even really worth killing everything here, though, now I think about it. I mean, they're kind of lower level than me. They're not really giving me that much. I thought it was closer. A 32 XP still isn't that bad, though. It's not going to level me fast, but it's still good enough to do, I think. Still good enough to have. Yeah, I see all the people just not here anymore, right? Chocobo stables are empty. I don't know if there's anything else that would be really worth checking out. The Abbey. I would like to check out. Oh, but I can't go to the Abbey. That's blocked off. It's probably, yeah. The bridge is probably broken again, if I had to guess. Now, how long will our health be able to stay elite, I wonder?
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Yeah, probably nothing good.
Fucking Imperials. If they hurt Martha, they'll have the old rest to answer to.
They take Martha.
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Okay, let's have a bit of an explore around the rest.
How do?
See, the merchant's still fine.
Very well.
Oi, look sharp!
Hey, good to see you, Sid.
The soldiers who did this are long gone, I'm afraid. We're doing what we can to treat the wounded.
Understandable. Yeah, they completely broke everything, didn't they? Because this would have been the path, yeah. And yeah, that just leads out. Let's go and see if we can find any evidence of what happened to Martha.